Okay, today we are going to start a new section. It is 8.5 and it is on factoring. So basically we are going to be factoring out numbers. You probably have done this already, but we'll do a little bit of review of it. So the first thing that you need to know is what is actually factoring. So it is to express a polynomial as a product of polynomials. So basically we're going backwards from what we did in the previously in the sections. So we're going to be factoring out a GCF. So GCF is that greatest common factor. So if we look at this first example, we have 15x plus 25x squared. So basically what we want to do is factor out a GCF. So we need to look at the numbers first, the 15 and the 25, and decide what number goes into both of those. So reason why we call it factoring is because we're looking for factors of 15 and factors of 25 that they have in common. And the number that they would have in common is 5. The next thing you need to look at are the variables. And you want to take out the greatest common factor between the variables. So you want to take out the most that you have, but they have to be common in the two. So if we have 1x here and we have 2x's here, we can only take out 1x. You know, if you have $1 and $2, you can only take out $1 here. You can't take out $2 of here. So we're going to factor out the 5x. So after we do that, we basically are going to be dividing. So it may help you to do this on the side. It may not. It's completely up to you if you want to. But you're going to be dividing. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then x divided by x, speaking of exponent rules, you're going to subtract the exponents. So if you have 1x and you're taking away an x, you don't have any left. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And then you had 2 x's and you're taking away 1x, so you're left with 1x. Now, if you were going to check this to make sure that you are correct, you obviously could distribute this 5x back out, and you would get 15x plus 25x squared, which is what you started with. And so that's how you know that you're correct. So you can check these every single time you do these if you want to. Okay, so let's look at this next example. We have 12xy plus 24xy squared minus 30x squared y to the 4th. Now with these three, you have to look at the numbers first. So we have 12, 24, and 30. We're trying to figure out what factor goes into 12, 24, and 30. So if you aren't sure, you can come over here on the side and write down the factors of those three numbers to see which one is common. And if you look, it looks like the 6 is common in all three of them. So let's take out a 6. And then we need to look at our exponents. So we have 1x, 1x, and 2x's. We are taking out the least amount, so we can only take out an x. And then we look at the y's. We have a y, 2y, and 4y. So we can only take out a y. Okay, so remember, we're now dividing. So if you need to, you can rewrite this on the side so you can see it separately. So you're dividing the numbers. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. And then you're subtracting the exponents. X minus x is 0. Y minus y is 0. Okay, go to the next one. 24 divided by 6 is 4. You had an x and you took away an x, so there's nothing left. You had 2 y's and you took away a y, so you have 1 y left. And then 30 divided by 6 is 5. You had 2 x's, you took away 1, so you have 1 left. You had 4 y's, you took away a y, so you have 3 y's left. And again, if you wanted to redistribute this to see if you were correct, you would end up getting the same answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next one. You have 3x squared y plus 12xy squared. Okay, we're looking to factor out a GCF, so we need to say what number goes into both 3 and 12, and that number would be 3. Then look at your exponents. You have x squared and x, so we can only take out an x. And then you have y and y squared, so you can only take out a y. So when you divide, 3 divided by 3 would be 1. You're subtracting the exponents, so 2 minus 1 would be 1. And then y minus y would be 0. 12 divided by 3 would be 4. X minus x would be 0. Y squared minus y would be y. Okay, so let's look at this next one. We have 3ab squared plus 15a squared b squared plus 27ab cubed. So we need to look at 3, 15, and 27 and figure out what number goes into all of those. Okay, and your GCF would be 3. Easiest thing too is you can always look at your smallest number and figure out those factors first, because you can't take anything else out if it's not worth of that factor. Can we look at the A's? We have 1, 2, and 1, so we can only take out 1. Then we have 2, 2, and 3, so we can take out 2 B's. Okay, then we're going to divide. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Subtract the exponents. A minus a would be 0. B squared minus b squared would be 0. That's all for the first one. 15 divided by 3 would be 5. A squared minus a would be a. B squared minus b squared would be 0. 27 divided by 3 would be 9. A minus a would be 0. 3 b's minus 2 b's would be 1 b. Okay, we'll do one more. So we have negative 4a squared b minus 8ab squared plus 2ab. So we need to look at the numbers negative 4, negative 8, and 2. So the GCF of those would be 2. And then look at the A's. We have 2 A's, 1 A, and one A, so we can only take out an A. And we have B, two B's, and B, so we can only take out a B. So when we divide, -4 divided by 2 would be -2. 2 minus 1 would be 1. B minus B would be 0. -8 divided by 2 would be -4. A minus A is 0. 2 minus 1 would be 1. And then 2 divided by 2 would be 1. A divided by A would be 0. B minus B would be 0. Okay, so just remember, if you wanted to check these, you can distribute back out and see if you get the same answer as what you started with. So tonight's homework is going to be page 31, numbers 1 through 12.